As a city, it's been growing rapidly. We've had the sort of top 10 population growth in the country, and economic growth have been significant. So we've seen 30,000 new jobs. So the pressure for growth we're seeing being continuous. That has an impact on the urban area. So one of the challenges for us is how do you maintain quality of life so you continue to come here because it's a destination for investment. You're still looking after the quality of the environment. So 10 years time, we've made a very clear statement about our direction of travel, which is we driving the knowledge economy. We're going after a particular kind of investment in knowledge jobs. That requires the environment to be absolutely protected, because one of the badges for us is you're going to come to a place to work, do serious business, but in a fabulous environment. And the opportunity for you to work in the city, to be on the beach surfing within half hour, to enjoy the beautiful countryside that surrounds the city, it's a good package. And if you then couple that with what are the world-class assets that we're building on, Met Office, University of Exeter, both fantastic resources for climate expertise and environmental futures. So if you can pull those things together, grow in a very intelligent way, in a more sustainable way, holding on to the things that are beautiful. One of the things that we're seeing is reduction in demand for retail space. Retailers are now being challenged by the internet, and we therefore have to create experiences why you want to come to the town centre rather than visit online. That social interaction that you get in city centres is helped by having good quality, high quality public spaces. So we've got to provide new experiences around good quality public realm, having that range of experiences. So you're coming to the city centre not just to shop, but for leisure, education, entertainment. So we've got plans now for a new quarter, a leisure quarter in the city centre, which will see provision now of more restaurants, cafes, entertainment, and a new bus station. It won't stop there, because we're also looking at the other end of the city centre. We are now engaging in a debate with our residents about what will the city look like in 10 years' time, and getting them to envisage the future. What we've learned is youngsters do that remarkably well. They have no problem in envisaging a future. One of the big issues for us, we have buses in the high street. Everybody has a view about whether buses in the high street is desirable or not. It's that kind of challenge. What do you do? One of the big issues for us, getting into the city, we know that public transport has to be one of the key secret weapons, if you like, of how you solve that problem. Patronage on railway lines has gone through the roof. There's lack of capacity. Our branch routes into the city have to be improved. It's 1 hour 20 from Barnstable, North Devon into the city. That should be a commuting service into the city. You can do that on all the routes into the city. We have 10 train stations in the city. It's remarkable. 3 new ones that have been delivered in recent years. We should be doing better at getting people around the city by rail and by buses and getting more cycle use. One of the initiatives we're testing now is what we call the Exeter 100 list. So it's this engagement with our residents to identify the top 100 hypotheses that need to be tested by our data analysts. So envisioning the future, what would be one thing that you would suggest we could do to improve the city? And then testing that and getting our analysts to look at the data and to see whether that's deliverable. And if it's deliverable, we also think there's a commercial opportunity there to find those solutions and to encourage investors to come in and find those solutions. We're really clear that Compaq cities is a more sustainable way of delivering urban development, and it allows access for public transport, for example, to walk the facilities. But it's really difficult, particularly with volume house builders, to deliver an environment that is attractive, that people want to live in those environments. So you can have your standards, you can have the policies, but if you don't get the ingredients right, And the reality is the ingredients that are required to deliver very high density developments in a successful way require mixes of uses, commercial uses as well as housing. Quite often house builders will not start with commercial uses because they see it's not viable until you get more people living there. And then secondly, the public realm is often not the first thing on the list in terms of what has to be delivered. Whereas it's the quality of that public realm. What I mean by public realm, high quality landscape environments. Could be water, so we're all very familiar with high density developments around waterside locations and they sell for a premium. Well, that's fine. Now deliver that in a suburban environment. Different challenge altogether. And that's the issue that we need to face. Looking ahead, if we're going to have compact forms, we've got to get the mix of uses right, we've got to get the quality of the environment right. And developers and house builders need to sign up to the quality aspects, and they need to be doing it. Because one thing I'm really convinced about, this is something I'm passionate about, quality returns investment. If you get the quality right, you will therefore deliver long-term enhanced return of investment. So the trick is, can we convince the volume house builders who are building in the city and around to deliver that quality environment which allows us to get higher densities?